Hi everyone, and welcome to round number 8 of this Williams to Glory driver career mode. This week we are at Monaco, which is arguably the hardest track in the calendar. First of all, we're just going to go through and see if we can start any upgrades for the car and just try and make it as best we can as quickly as possible. But let's skip on to Monaco and try and get some practice under our belt before qualifying. Before we do start the practice though, please do hit that subscribe button and help us grow the channel. We've just hit 50 subscribers and on our way to 100, which is a massive milestone for me. Right, so let's hit the track and see what we can do and hopefully get round without any major incidences.
Demanding circuits on the calendar. We're back here in Monaco, ready for another weekend of classic motorsport action. Plenty of data to find here in practice. A very warm welcome.
As you're going to see, I do take this first lap fairly slow. I'm not very confident around Monaco and I've not actually ever managed to finish a race. So today it's all about learning the track, and as you can see I've already hit the wall. But I managed to get away unscathed, which was really good. But yeah, going back, I need to learn the track, learn the braking zones and just try and get round. I'm not going to do this one flat out. This one is just learning the track as best I can to try and be the best I can. I'm going to try and get as many laps in as possible and try and do one of the strategy 5-lap tasks to help me get some more points to upgrade the car further. There we go, there's lap number 1 complete. We managed to get around completely unscathed, only a few bumps on the barriers, but nothing that's actually damaged the car at all. As you can see, we didn't put in a fast time. It's all about learning the track. Now that I've done a couple laps now, let's see if we can put in a good time. As you can see, as I'm still playing with the braking zones, I completely missed this one and cut the corner, which wasn't ideal, but that's all about learning, and that is why we have the practice session. Coming down this straight is the first time I used DRS, and I got my braking zone wrong and really damaged the front end. This meant I did have to come back into the pits after this lap, get a new front wing and go back out on the track. I am going to go for the race strategy 5 laps and see if I can put 5 laps together to help me improve the car for the future. This is a full 5 laps of the car. Enjoy it, and I'll be back in a moment and we can run through how I did and any improvements that could be made before we go into qualifying. There we go, all 5 laps complete. We managed to pass all of them apart from the first lap, which meant we got enough stars, which was absolutely fantastic. We had a few bumps on the way, but we managed to make it around without any damages. And let's go into qualifying to see what kind of time we can put in. So the key to Monaco is qualifying. I need to try and put in a fast enough time to get myself as far up the grid as possible. At the moment we've had a very good start. On the soft tyres we managed to absolutely ace the first corner and we're still putting it on pole. Let's see if we can hold on to this throughout the lap or at least be in the top 10 to hope us have a fighting chance of a decent start and finish for the race. Coming around to the tunnel and it looks like we're still going to be in first place for this lap, and looking at the map we are far enough ahead, so if I make a mistake hopefully it won't be too detrimental. I managed to ace that braking zone, get around that corner, which I find really hard, and this is my favourite part of the track. I feel like I'm quite strong in this area, and yeah, I seem to do it quite well. Only one corner to go, still in first place. Let's try and get a strong finish. All the way down to the finish line now, and we managed to put the car on the front row of the grid in pole position. Coming up you'll see I did manage to go nearly half a second faster than second place, which was absolutely unbelievable. I'm super happy I managed to make it around this track without crashing. Let's move into the race and see how this goes.
Formula One returns to Monte Carlo once again today, home to the world-famous Monte Carlo casino that first opened in 1863. And of course a certain road race first held in 1929. There's no greater an occasion, no more valuable a win than the Monaco Grand Prix. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars will climb around 40 metres up the hill, past the casino, and then descend towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of 19 corners, and don't expect to see much overtaking here today. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. King lines up on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Norris, Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, Perez, Sainz, Oscar Piastri, Stroll, Albon, Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Ricciardo, Ocon, Russell, Tsunoda, Gasly, Hamilton, Joe, and Valtteri Bottas begins the race from the back of the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside.
The good news though is...
So we have a really good start. We managed to keep the lead going into the first corner, but the engineer tells me that there's a problem with the engine and the gearbox as they're both worn. So I need to be really careful in this race not to overuse the gears or over rev the engine to see if we can make it all the way through without any engine problems. You're going to see coming up to the end of the race we do get some more problems with the car, and hopefully we're going to be able to finish it. But stick around, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and yeah, enjoy the race. There's a few highlights. I'll be back in a moment for the round of pit stops to see how far ahead we are.
Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use...
So by lap 6, I've got the fastest lap and nearly a 4-second lead to Verstappen, which is really good. We went into the pits, moved on to some softs. I think it was about lap 10, and now here we are, lap 15, and unfortunately Verstappen is only half a second behind. He is ridiculously quick on these softs, and he has been catching us every single lap and really putting the pressure on. Hopefully we can get round these last 5 laps and get the win we really deserve.
Oh, mate, great stuff.
So coming into this final lap, we've got a 1-second lead over Verstappen. The pressure is on, and to add some more pressure, the engineer has just told us they cannot rectify any issues with the gearboxes. As you can see, looking at the gears, we have lost 4th gear. They've told me to try and keep it in a higher gear and use as little shifts as possible just to try and nurse this car all the way around for this last lap. I've managed to pull out a decent lead to Verstappen, so if I make a mistake, that's fine. but we're running on a lot less gears than we should be. Stick around, see if we get round this last lap, and fingers crossed we can get our first win of the season. Here we go. We managed our first win of the season, and we've done it with a gearbox which was broken at the end, constant pressure from Max Verstappen, and it was at Monaco, the most prestigious and, in my opinion, the hardest course to drive round. Super, super happy. Let's get on that podium, enjoy the champagne, and move on to the next race. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and please do hit that subscribe button because it really does help me out.
It looks like it's time once again to hand out the silverware as the successful drivers make their way to the podium. It was a gritty performance today by Williams, and they've got the race win to prove it. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.